Thank you so much for having me. I represent Black Lives Matter Grassroots. Black Lives Matter Grassroots is the original formation of Black Lives Matter, which we were birthed in 2013, July 13th, 2013, the day that the murderer of our beloved son, Trayvon Martin, was acquitted. And so you all know that thousands of people rose up all around the country to demand justice in the name of Trayvon Martin. And so I know my name says Malik Zulu Shabazz. I am not him, but I love him. Melina Abdullah is my name. And I was one of the folks who helped to organize and continue to organize. Black Lives Matter Grassroots is now 33 chapters all around the country, from Atlanta to Florida to Michigan to right here in California. We have 5 chapters in California. And so it's really important to understand that some of what you see and read about Black Lives Matter is because there is a concerted effort, just like any Black revolutionary group, there is a concerted effort to derail our work. And so about a year and a half ago, it became very, very clear that our resources and platforms and good name were being hijacked, and they have been hijacked. And so anything that you see from blacklivesmatter.com or BLK Lives Matter on social media, I want to be clear that that is not us. That is the work of highly paid consultants who've been proven to pay themselves millions of dollars a year, while the work on the ground that's moving forward, work that's happening right now in Atlanta to stop Cop City, is being done by brilliant organizers like Portia Miller and Enos and Erica. The work that's moving to say free Palestine and develop toolkits and that uplift the history of Black and Palestinian unity is being moved by people in Black Lives Matter Buffalo, like Jolanda and Cariel. And the vision is being moved forward for what freedom looks like in Alabama by people like Cara and Eric. So we want to be very clear that Black Lives Matter Grassroots is Black Lives Matter. And part of what we're doing is recognizing that we have to move forward in operational unity. And so Malik Zulu Shabazz, I'm so grateful that you poured verbal libation, remembering that the work that we're carrying is the sacred work. It's our sacred duty to move forward in the names of Kwame Ture, in the name of Mrs. Fannie Lou Hamer, in the name of Mama Harriet Tubman, in the name of so many, including our great grandmothers and grandmothers and great grandfathers and grandfathers. We must move forward and demand complete and total freedom for our people. And in doing that, we have to embrace the core principle that was put forward in these terms during the Black Power movement: operational unity. So what does unity look like? It means unity without uniformity. It means recognizing that everybody doesn't want to stand on the front lines to topple policing that descends from slave catching, although you can still support the work that Black Lives Matter does, right? That everyone is not equipped to chart out what Black studies should look like, but we can support the work of the National Council for Black Studies, right? It means that when we talk about reparations, we have brilliant leaders and thinkers like Dr. Shirley Weber. And I'm thinking about California, especially because the California Reparations Task Force, Dr. Cheryl Grills, and so many others have charted out what reparations in California can look like. They've put monetary demands. They've talked about what study looks like. And we don't all need to serve on that task force to support that work. Operational unity is about remembering that there is Black brilliance in so many spaces. We need brilliant Black attorneys, like so many of you who are on the line. We need brilliant Black organizers to stand on the front lines. We need our young people. We need our elders. We need our prayer warriors. And unity without uniformity, operational unity, means that we as individuals, we as organizations, don't have to lead in every space. There are spaces in which we lead and spaces in which we lend support. And I'll never forget the words of my brother from another mother, Dr. Wes Bellamy of Virginia State University. I was with him just a couple months ago, and he said, we have to support everybody Black who is not bringing harm to Black people. Now, those who are bringing harm to Black people, they put out there with the others. But those, just because we don't necessarily agree with their words, if they are bringing goodness, if they're bringing justice to Black people, we have to support them. So there are spaces in which we lead and spaces in which we support. And that's how we can come together in the way in which Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz talked about unity without uniformity. We support one another, move forward together, and that's how we can chart our own course. Self-determination is an imperative. We have to refuse to allow our course to be charted by others. They have a plan for us. They have a plan for us that puts our people behind prison walls. I know Jay Burton is on the line, or Brother Ajamu, co-founder of the Black Lives Matter prison chapters. We have several prison chapters now, 2 of them in California, both of them co-founded by Brother Ajamu, right? We have to make sure that we chart our own course, because their course puts our young people, our young men like Brother Ajamu, who was only 16 years old when he was put behind prison walls. They put them behind prison walls instead of allowing for the brilliance to manifest in communities. So what is our own course? We demand complete and total freedom. We demand the freedom to prosper and grow. We demand the freedom to imagine economic systems that are not capitalist, that don't say that we are parasites who feed from the work of each other. Instead, we grow and prosper together. And that gives us room to be artists and spiritualists and do the work that really is our sacred duty. And so I know my time is short, so I just want to uplift a couple of additional things that Black Lives Matter, absolutely, Black Lives Matter Grassroots, absolutely is committed to working towards reparations for our people. We can't chart our own course without the resources to do so. And so we have to demand reparations. As the attorneys will confirm, reparations is a universally accepted principle of international law. Why is it good for everyone else when it is not, but not for Black people? The reason that reparations is not being given to Black people is because they don't want us to be able to be a self-determined people, but we demand it. And we know that there are the resources there for reparations. If they can allocate $106 billion in the blink of an eye to push for the continued occupation of Palestine, there's money for reparations. If they can spend billions of dollars per city on policing that kills people, there is money for reparations, and we must demand it. Black Lives Matter Grassroots is committed to making that demand, and we're grateful to be a part of this community.